Alright, we are back for round 3 of this daily. Won the die roll, we're going to go ahead and say yep. Let's see here. I like what I see, so we'll go ahead and keep this. A little slow on the delve function, if you will, in terms of the thought scours or Gataxian probes, blah blah blah. But Delver into Bitter Blossom seems pretty good. And we're going to start that way just because if we find out we're playing Burn, Bitter Blossom may not be the way we want to go. And do we want to reveal the Abrupt Decay that's already been revealed? So, on the assumption that this is, in fact, Burn, I'm much happier with that as a turn 2 play than Bitter Blossom. Oh no. So this is Zoo, I believe. And this is not our ideal matchup. Now, at least they don't have Trample. So, I think at this point we do, in fact, go with the Bitter Blossom. And then try and race in the air for the moment. So unfortunately, we are kind of mana hosed here with our draws. they can attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they can do 7. I'm going to do 8 to myself. So we're going to go ahead and... So he can... Oh, and what's worse is he can Grim Lavamance my creature. Yep. So I actually meant to attack, but really I don't think it matters at this point. If I hold him back to block, I'm buying myself a little bit of time, and it would feed my delve. That was just a double click while I was hitting F2, sensitive mouse pad or whatever. So I figured that's coming, but my only hope is that this actually then feeds my delve anyway. That's good to see. So I can Serum Visions and Tasigur. Bottom. Top. And he's... If he can just cast a spell, he's got this right here. So, this is the, from what I can tell, lower to the ground version. So, we want to pull Gitaxian Probes, and this is actually the matchup we have the worst time against. And so, these spells are all for that. Delver can be a cheap blocker, which is fine. Bitter Blossom comes out. Snapcaster is fine. Disrupting Shoal should still be good. I'm going to go down 1. I'd like to go down to 2 Delver. Probably cut a Stubborn Denial and a Serum Visions. So this seems good. So we can feed an early Goyf. We have some counter magic. And just waiting to see what turn one play he wants to go with. Seems our opponent. Okay, here he is. Wild Nacatl. Okay, so this is nice because we are going to be able to likely counter his turn 2 play. If we draw Hooting Mandrills or Tassiger, that's coming down instead of Tarmogoyf. I'm not quite sure what my opponent's doing here. He may be trying to lull me into a misplay or something by going so slow that I feel like I need to go faster when it's my turn. Usually that's my strategy. Okay, so Go for the Throat's good here. Gives us some removal. And then, as I noted, we're set up to counter his turn 2 play. So I think I'm going to keep the Thought Scour. It's a little more powerful with how the deck works right now. Alright, so he's attacking into me. If I block, he gets a plains and makes his creature bigger, so we don't take the bait. This makes his Nacatl a 3/3. So I can play risky, play a Thought Scour, hoping to hit a land, attack in with a bigger creature, and still have mana to do something. But it's probably not the smart play. I think at this point we go for the throat. It's going to make our Goyfs 3/4s, which outsize the next Nacatl and Lightning Bolt. And then we're going to feel really sad if it turns out he has Knight of the Reliquary in this deck, because that leaves us with just Echoing Truth, which is a poor answer to Knight of the Reliquary. But again, I don't think he's on the Knight version. Delve creature would be great right now. So right now we can race him. And I'm thinking the second Goyf is worth the 2 damage. Because otherwise he's going to attack into us for 2 damage, so... And that's fine, because we don't need to cast another spell. In fact, if he tries to play a 2 CMC spell, we can now Echoing Truth off Disrupting Shoal for a 4 CMC counter. And he has to chump block now. Or he doesn't, and now we've got Mana Leak. Oh, we've got all sorts of options. So I'm not sure if he's trying to decide if he's lost, or maybe he was looking for a land he didn't have. So anyway, we're in pretty good shape here. Even if his plan was to try and now burn me out with, 3 lightning bolts, we can mana leak the first one. He tries to play for the second one, we can Disrupting Shoal into Thought Scour the second one. I mean, and if he pays the 3 for the mana leak, we should be good here. Okay. He must be distracted. So now we have mana leak on whatever he plays, and we should be good. Although, if it is a small creature, we may pass on the mana leak. Hold it up in case he has something bigger like a Goyf. Yeah, we'll see what he does, because we can just Echoing Truth this back to his hand before we attack. I'd rather hold up the mana leak for something like a Goyf or Scavenging Ooze. I wonder if I can win against this aggro deck by taking him to time. Hopefully that'll just be game. Alright. I think I like where we're at here. I wonder about bringing Deprive in, but I don't really know what I would pull out. It's possible it's better than Simic Charm here. Or Abrupt Decay. Possibly better than one of the lilies. I don't know though. I think we're gonna just go with what we have. On the draw, this is terrible. It's better. Keepable. Not great. Well, that's a strong start. Oh man. So we were looking to go... So a little different than we were planning, but that works out. Oh man. And a lightning bolt. Fought it the best we could, that path to exile. No. In short, beat down aggro, bad for us. I mean, man, we did really, really well there. Really quite solid, but especially after mulling to 6, not being able to push anything out fast enough. Really. Boros Charm, huh? It's tricky. This is almost like Burn. This deck was almost more like Burn adding Wild Nacatl. Well, that's a tough loss, but what are you going to do? I know that... So Burn is actually not a terrible matchup. I actually am like 5-2 in games against Burn. Beat down aggros where they're just throwing a bunch of creatures at you can be a little tougher if you can't get a blocker down really early, a big blocker. We were able to do that. They pathed it. Got 2 more, but they just happened to have the Burn left in hand, which is, again, just brutal. Just brutal. Alright, well, that was the end of this one. I will note the other Naya build I played was a totally different one. It was more of a collected Naya playing the big Knight of the Reliquary and Scavenging Ooze, Tarmogoyfs. And that was... I mean, they also ran Wild Nacatl, but that was a tough matchup because the creatures just got out... or got bigger than ours. This is tough for a different reason, but I actually really thought, especially after sticking Goyf and Tasigur, that we were going to get a turn and that we would probably be able to hold off with Stubborn Denial. I guess the problem still comes down to the fact that, I mean, we were going to be able to Drown in Sorrow and Stubborn Denial, but we would have also been at a low enough life total that it would have been real risky until we drew into a Feed the Clan. Okay, well, that's the end of this match. We'll be back for one more in a little bit. Unfortunately, we'll be playing for 2 and 2 instead of 3 and 1.